and we'll send that out later. But Dario, I'll turn it over to you for Castelfalfi. Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Do you want me to run the? I have the
Please,
presentation.
yeah, yes, please. If you just please be so kind to scroll the different pictures.
Okay.
This will be super helpful. So, good morning. Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My good afternoon. Greetings from Tuscany, from the beautiful and sunny Tuscany. Today is a wonderful day. Is a little hot. What is the perfect day for visiting our fantastic region? Actually, Castelfalfi is located right at the top of the hill of one of the highest hills of the Toscan countryside. So we always have this nice wind, which helps a lot during those hot days here in Italy. Castelfalfi is located in the heart of the Toscan countryside. As you can see, we are rightly located between the three main cities of Tuscany, which are Firenze, Pisa, and Siena. Castelfalfi is located just 45 minutes close to Pisa Airport and 1 hour driving distance from Florence Airport as well. If you are traveling from Rome, in about 3 hours driving, you will reach our destination. And if you are very familiar with this area, if you have already explored, we are just 15 minutes north of the beautiful medieval town of San Gimignano. Castelfalfi is a resort, so it's not just a simple hotel with rooms and that's it. Castelfalfi is a real destination. Castelfalfi is a village. It's a medieval village. It's a private village, so the accommodation is not in the medieval village of Castelfalfi. But is it at the hotel? Is by the hotel, which is located 2 minutes walking from the village of Castelfalfi. From the pictures now showed, you can see the white building is the hotel, and right beside you can see the building of the village, and on the right hand side the castle of Castelfalfi, which actually belongs to one of our venues in case we wish to arrange a special event or a romantic private dinner right by the castle. The hotel itself is composed by 146 rooms and suites, and despite the youngness of the building, just inauguration was in 2017. The past winter, we have invested more than 20 million euros in refurbishing the entire inventory of rooms and suites. So the product is brand new, is very fresh, it's contemporary, but not only contemporary, because all you can see, the material we have used for making these beautiful suites, those materials, they all come from Tuscany. So it's a vision of the Tuscan decor in a more contemporary style. Option number two, if you wish to stay at Castelfalfi, is to take one of our private villas. We have private villas with 3 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, or 8 bedrooms, and we deliver those villas with a full hotel service. So you will have the daily breakfast included in the price, as well as the daily cleaning, and the hotel is happy to provide any kind of service in those villas, from the room service to the chef in villa. If you wish to arrange a special party by the pool, we are more than happy in arranging this for you. The villas are more traditional style, as you can see, and they are fully equipped, so you can cook yourself. You can use one of our chefs, or you can use one of our 4 restaurants or 6 bars. There's no minimum stay. There's no minimum stay in our villas except for a few periods of the year, but those are spot periods. So basically, the most part of the time, the villas can be rented without any kind of minimum stay. From that pictures, you can see the four restaurants. You can see the Rocca venue, and last but not least, one of our four swimming pools. Exciting news. Finally, we have our new spa ready. Well, I mean, there's still 1 month to go, but by the beginning of September, we can inaugurate our new 2,000 square meters spa with a fantastic indoor pool directly connected with the outdoor swimming pool with heated water, 5 cabins for treatment and massage, as well as a beautiful wet area where you can enjoy 2 saunas, one Turkish bath, shower with chromotherapy, and a lot of relaxing space where you can lay and enjoy your time with us. Last but not least, let me spend just a few words about our joy in welcoming families with kids. Our hotel is absolutely kids friendly. Actually, there's one wing of the property which is especially dedicated just for families, where you can find a kids club, where you can find also activities related to kids, as well as a beautiful adventure park. A very nice attraction for kids, but also for adults, I have to say. Yeah, we are more than, we are one of the few properties, maybe the only luxury properties in Tuscany with services for families and kids. We assume that Tuscany is a beautiful romantic getaway for anniversary, for honeymooners, and for special anniversary. But the kids are always in our heart, and we're more than happy in having them. Few words about our golf club. Is the largest golf course of Tuscany. We have 27 holes, so we have 3 times 9 holes, able to get played almost all year round. Uh, we are super prepared in event and celebration. I warmly suggest you to visit our Instagram page, where you can find a lot of beautiful videos and pictures of what we have arranged in the past for our value guests. Words about our winery. Castelfalfi has always been very popular in Tuscany for its wine production, and more than wine, the extra virgin olive oil. We produce one of the best extra virgin olive oils of Tuscany, I have to say. But the wines are not bad too. We produce a lot of product. We produce a lot of products from the fields. We produce honey. We do spirits as well, and the winery will be always open for wine tasting, extra virgin olive oil tasting, or if you wish to buy one of our products. Last but not least, you're very welcome, Nancy. Last but not least, 40 different activities and experience able to get done here at Castelfalfi. From the very traditional one related to the Tuscan tradition, like wine tasting, cooking classes, truffle hunting, up to something very different, like archery or bushcrafting or a Ferrari experience, or, I mean, just let's pop up the ideas, and we're more than happy to endorse also yours and the ones from your clients. That's it. Thank you very, very much for your attention. And if you have a question, please feel free to do it.
Thank you, Dario. I apologize. It's hard when you're not controlling your own presentation. So sorry for the few. You did great.
Give me the best.
If you'll, let's hold our questions until the end and just put them in the chat like you guys have been doing. That would be great. And we'll go ahead and move on to Casa de Langa, which is more north in Italy. So Emanuela, she's with us. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I hope the vent, do you hear the vent? If I'm not on mute, no, okay. Because Italy is boiling. It's literally like 20 million degrees. So I'm trying to survive. Anyway, so we move a little bit north. It's about, I would say, 3.5 hour distance from Castelfalfi. We're moving to another wine region, another vineyard region. Casa di Langa opened just 2 years ago, and we're way smaller than Castelfalfi, still very magical, still very private and very relaxing experience. As you can see from the map, we're in northwest part of Italy, Piemonte. I'm pretty sure most of you are it's already familiar with the destination, but we have Alba as the largest town, and we're about 20-minute drive away from that city. Barolo region is 10 minutes away. Barbaresco is a little further, I would say half an hour. Anyway, it's very strategically positioned because you're always outside a very busy path. Barolo town in autumn is literally nuts. There's cars all over, on roofs, in the vineyard, in the river, I mean, everywhere. So being a little far away from the busy roads, it gives you complete privacy, and it's very relaxing experience again. That's the hotel. So as said, it's just 39 rooms. Each one has its balcony, which is of course private and very large. There's space for sunbeds, tables, chairs, so you can really enjoy the room also from the outside. You can see around, it's very green, a lot of nature. We're in a part of the region called Alta Langa, so it's a 650 meter above sea level. You have a very particular climate over there because summer is always fresher and winter somehow is always a little warmer. So it's very nice to be higher up in the hill. Natalie, can you go back one slide? Grazie. So we have vineyards, we have a big forest as well. Fruit orchards, I mean, this is last year. I need to update this picture to Natalie, but it's very green now. It's beautiful, looks like a garden. And in the next picture, the winter one was taken back in December. You can really see on your left-hand side the big forest we own. So everything pretty much around the hotel, it's our property. It's 42 hectares in total. So you won't see a person moving. And this forest, it's very great because of, apart from, you know, being with century-year-old trees, which is very rare nowadays, it's also where we can do truffle hunting activities directly on property. So truffle hunters will pick you up from reception and you walk down 10 minutes and you're already in the wood where you can find both black and white truffle. So it's an activity that we can do year round. And also we cleaned up all the forest, and now you can do your trekking activities. You can walk down, enjoy the nature, do your mindfulness programs if you want to, or just take a walk and enjoy nature with nobody around, which is very nice, without leaving the property. This is the view you have everywhere in the hotel. So in front of you, you see the part with the more trees, and that's the Alta Langa. And when you low down, it doesn't really see from the picture, but the hills at the back are lower than where you are, where the picture is taken. And these are the Barolo Hills. So it's right there in front of you. This is some of the details of the architecture that really connects the hotel to the Piemontese area with the bricks and the color, or the brick color and the tiles. This is the inside. So it looks like a living room, really. We wanted a casa feeling, and that's also the name Casa di Langa, where it comes from. Outside these big windows, now we installed all the tables and chairs for outdoor eating, and it's food served all day long. And it's not the official restaurant, so it's something more casual, a bit more informal. And now we can scroll through the rooms. They're all similar as a mood in terms of the color and the furnitures we've chosen. They're all natural. They're very, you see there's a lot of leather, there's a lot of stone, there's a lot of wood. And this is something that it's the same throughout the hotel. We want our guests to have kind of the same experience, of course, because the room will vary in size, but material-wise and furniture-wise, it's always the same. And more pictures. These are the bathrooms, which are completely made in stone. Some rooms have a bathtub as well. And then this is the view. So you have the Alps right in front of you. And unfortunately, it's something you can only see during winter for some reason. But this is the Monviso, which is also the mountain that Paramount Picture used as inspiration for their logo, which is crazy, but we have it right there. This is the Sorry Cocktail Bar. That's the bar I mentioned before that serves food throughout the day. So you can sit inside in the living room or outside. We have a little spa, hopefully soon. I'm not sure when, but we'll have a larger spa as well. So far, we have this space, which is given to every reservation as a private use. Still like COVID, but not really COVID. So if they're traveling with friends or family, we of course can accommodate all of them together, but we're never mixing clients with people they don't know. And that space needs to be booked in advance, but my colleague at reservation will always ask you during the booking process. This is the outdoor pool, which is heated. Again, it has this amazing view from every point there, and it's served by a pool bar open throughout the day that can also serve you pizza or cocktails or anything you like. And that's the view from the pool. And then the restaurant that kind of needs a mention on its own because it's a special project. We are a sustainable hotel. We were born with this idea, and everything we did since we started construction was with this goal. So the restaurant kind of showcased this sustainability as much as we can. A good majority of the vegetables we use in the kitchen comes directly from our garden. We have 3,000 square meters of vegetable garden right at the back of the hotel. And this is something that you can experience as well with the gardener directly during your stay. They can take you around on a tour and you can taste everything and you see how they grow, and they can teach you on the whole philosophy behind the garden. And we have approximately 170 more or less, unless they added more, different herbs and flowers and things that we use as a garnish or in the cocktails at the spa for infusions. And you can really see everything on the table. There's a whole menu dedicated to vegetables. So it's a vegetarian menu called Flavors from the Garden. It's something quite different from Piedmont, considering we're in the land of meat and pasta. These are some shots of the garden and the menu and the activities. We have, of course, the truffle hunt, wine tasting with the sommelier. We, as mentioned, the tour of the garden, and then we can customize whatever the clients need, really. We can either do ourselves or we can get help from specialized agencies in local that will take care of your clients throughout the stay. And this is to say that we're open almost year round, 10.5 months, and we're covering Christmas and New Year's. So if you have clients that wish to spend the festivities in a different way, send them over. And this is the team, the management team. We're all very young, very girly, and very, but yeah, Natalie met all of us, so she can tell.
It's a phenomenal, yes, it's a phenomenal team and such a special place. I highly suggest that your clients do the garden tour with Luigi early on during their stay, because it's just such a way to understand the property more and how sustainable it is and how they're doing things differently, in the whole region. And Emanuela, just touch on, if people, what other cities are you seeing, especially from the US, people pair with your hotel, with Casa de Langa?
Well, generally we see a few common itineraries. Definitely Lake Como. It's one of the first destinations. They fly into Milan, Malpensa generally, and they drive up to Como. They spend a few days on the lake, and then they come down to us for another 2 to 3 days. I won't recommend less than that, because you won't have the time to experience nor the region nor the hotel. And then they drive down to Cinque Terre. Another good one could be pairing with Bologna, Modena. So that's a very foodie destination as well. Or the other direction, you can go to France, to Côte d'Azur. That's also very common, and it's very strategically. I mean, the distances between all these places, it's more or less the same. I would not leave out Torino if you have a couple of extra days, because it's such a beautiful city. They worked hard to clean it up. There's a big food scene out there as well. It was the first capital of Italy, so it's full of things to see, full of museums, full of just the main roads. It's royal, so it's something that's really worth seeing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I don't see any other questions for you in the chat. So we will end in Spain. Camiral is also one of our newer properties that we've added to Calliope. And many of you may not have heard of it, which is great. That's why we're here. It used to be called PGA Catalonia, so it was a more golf-focused property, but they've just rebranded because they've put so much into their wellness as well. So I'm excited to tell you about this. So we're just an hour northeast of Barcelona. And so a lot of people, again, especially from the US, are going to be staying a couple of nights in Barcelona, a couple of nights at Camiral. We're 10 minutes from Girona, and we're about 20 minutes from Costa Brava, from the coast. And we do have a partnership with a hotel there that you can go spend the day at their pool, have lunch, spend the afternoon there. So Costa Brava is a beautiful, beautiful region as well. And then Girona has, I think they're up to 22 Michelin star restaurants. So for a city so small, amazing cuisine, really wonderful history. I was just here in June and really fell in love with this region as well. And then you're probably familiar with what Barcelona has to offer. I live in Charleston, South Carolina. It seemed like 5 families were going to Barcelona this year for spring break. So really, becoming a popular destination. We have some really upscale shopping close by as well, if you wanted to, branch out while you're at the resort. So the resort is 1,000 acres. It's a destination within itself. Really, really beautiful, very modern hotel. This is one of those hotels that you're kind of like, oh, I want my house to feel like this. There's just so many small details that they've taken, really beautiful design and furniture, but very bright, very open, kind of have this library area, lots of places to have a cocktail or a cup of coffee. This would be their entry-level room, which amazing value. They're starting 350 to 450 euro. So it's a really, really good value. And then we have some larger suites. We have some 2-level suites that are great for families. But really all, the suites start around 700, 750 euros. So really, really good value here. And they're all, again, just very bright, very kind of modern feeling, wonderful art. We do have our owner's villa. So this is a 4-bedroom villa that you can rent and have access to the entire resort. And then they do have some other 2 and 3-bedroom villas and condos as well. So if you're interested in those, we can definitely help you handpick, just depending on what clients are coming. Gorgeous pool. It's open year round. And then this is our signature restaurant, 1477, very farm to table, lots of tapas, as you can imagine. They have the pool bar as well. And then they have the club cafe, which is over at the golf course. Also great sharing menu, burgers, a little more kind of country club feel. But all of this has been redone in the last few years and is just gorgeous. And then we have Bella's, which is our more casual pizza and salad restaurant. The wellness center, I think, is where they really shine and what they're really trying to push a lot. In addition to a traditional spa, they have cryotherapy, they have red light therapy. I did the cryotherapy and I that was my first time and I was like, oh, but I really did feel invigorated and, you know, your muscles feel great after. So they're the only spa right now in Spain that has this kind of, you know, more wellness, more beyond just a normal spa. You can do an IV treatment, which I love, like especially if I'm traveling overseas, kind of on the first or second day to get you oriented. They have a whole mud room, a hammam that you can do the water treatments as well. We have a private Pilates studio with a reformer. So they're doing, you know, weekends like menopause weekends and weight loss weekends and really thinking outside of the box as far as wellness. So definitely keep that in mind if you have clients that are traveling for health and wellness. Also have a beautiful garden that they use for all of the restaurants. And then 2 phenomenal golf courses. We do have a winery. At this time, they don't have an experience for like, we serve the wine that is produced here in all of the restaurants. They use our grapes and it's actually produced off site and it's wonderful wine, but we don't have like a tasting room yet. But that's coming. They're planning some things in the vineyard in the next year or 2. They have a great adventure park as well and kids club. So it's very family friendly and big into tennis and paddle as well as golfing or biking. So Lance Armstrong, back in the day when he was popular, he trained here and he said that this area was perfect as far as, you know, feet above sea level and the hills and all of that, that it was perfect for training. So this has become a massive area for biking tours. So keep that in mind if you have bikers that love to travel and do that. This is exciting since we're not, you know, on the coast. We do have a beautiful lake area, and coming at the end of next year, we'll have a lake club. So you can, our guests can go over and, you know, have the pool option, but then also the lake option and all of the activities at the lake. And then golf, again, is really, you know, what they originally have been known for. They have the #1 and the #8 golf courses in all of Spain. They're consistently ranked by Golf Digest in the top 20 in the world. So really phenomenal golf here at Camiral as well. So I'll follow up with some information on all of the properties. We definitely are trying to build our social media presence. So would love it if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, and we'll follow you back for sure. Let me stop sharing here. There we go. And just want to thank you guys for joining us. We have some more webinars coming up where we're going to focus on Ireland and then our US and Caribbean properties. They were in that original email that I sent out. But does anyone have any other questions for Dario or Emanuela? Quiet group today. I'll send out the recorded webinar to you all as well as to everyone that registered that wasn't able to join, but we really appreciate your support and just hope that you've learned a lot today about these newer properties and destinations. So thank you guys.
Grazie, ciao a tutti, bye bye.
Grazie mille.
Grazie a te, ciao ciao.
Bye bye.
Ciao, grazie. If I can unmute myself. Ciao.